Welcome Capricorn, this is Regina of Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your February full moon reading. The snow moon, the ice moon, by other names the hunger moon, is in Leo. It occurs on the 5th of this month, and it is signaling the last full moon of the winter, which concurs with the sun, the days lengthening, and shows our desperation, our hunger for the attention, the care, and the desire to move towards our rightful place in the universe. Forgive me. This is a beautiful opportunity for us to continue to integrate the lessons that we've learned as Mars, and to some extent Mercury, maybe not Mercury, but Mars going through its shadow phase through into the middle of March. So we're still contemplating, planning, and trying to move forward in the direction of our happiness, our gifts, our joy. Let's get started, Capricorn, with your overall energy for the first 2 weeks of February, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is essentially the teacher. This is you recognizing your teachers, those lessons that you are currently being tasked with, the continual quest for learning, even particularly for those that are teaching, and the ability to learn lessons and model those lessons, teach those lessons, share that information with others who come to us as mentors, as teachers, as leaders in some capacity. You have opened yourself up to some kind of divine source, inspiration, intervention. You've recognized the limits of what you know. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. And so this is a part of a cycle that is a part, I believe, of the lifelong experience of learning and being a lifelong learner. You're deeply internalizing this and recognizing the power of information, and not just having information, but sharing it so that others can use and learn what you have learned. In the 10th house, the house of your social identification, the way others see you, the wheel of fortune. Others are seeing you as greatly changing, as transforming, as renewing, as re-emerging as a new entity. You may be stepping into your leadership capacities in some way that you might formerly have hidden or shrunk from opportunities to be at the head, to lead. Or you may have now recognized that leading, outwardly leading, is not the path of the greatest learning for you, the greatest interest or value for you. Instead, you may be in a position of facilitating learning opportunities for others. Whatever your professional or employment status, you are moving into a place where the universe is acknowledging not only your ask for greater favor, for help, for assistance, but also in recognition of the work you've done, the phenomenal work you've done in sharing, in teaching, in sharing information so that others can be equally empowered or can do their own amazing things with information that you're able to share with them. It's also about sharing your path of learning, your experience in education in a way that is unique, that is not similar to, and you are one of those possibly teachers that was completely against the grain, but was much valued, and perhaps you may never know all the ways in which what you shared with others, what you taught, benefited people, but the information, the feedback you do get completely lifts you out of yourself and takes you to a very blessed place. The first house, the Knight of Swords, is really emphasizing this desire for more information, for more greater truth, for greater relevance of what you know and how it can be applied throughout the world. You may be planning as the result of the research you're doing. You are questing to understand something more. You are making no assumptions. You are simply putting yourself in situations where you can experience and soak up new understandings, but ultimately, and you're clear, they illuminate your own experience of the truth. This makes you a divine seeker of due diligence in every situation. So it also counsels you that your curiosity is your greatest strength and that you can benefit by asking questions and allowing those with expertise in other areas to teach you. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your roots, we have the Two of Pentacles. And this really goes along with the process of learning, the process of changing, the process of receiving. And I think fundamentally this is critical for you in your recognition of your achievements past, your efforts, your hard work, your discipline. You're now recognizing and open to new ways of doing things, new information, new learning. In this card, the legs are crossed, indicative of a crossroads or a choice, a decision point. But I think it is less concrete than that. I think the infinity sign lets us know that the cross is really a flow from one set of experiences into the desiring for a new set of experiences. And in that effort, you are learning rapidly. You're learning as you go. You don't feel you have the luxury to sit down and open up a book or take a class. You feel that you must learn as you go. And this is part of the great gifts of your path of learning to date. In the seventh house, we have the Sun. And the Sun in the house of your significant others is talking about a recognition for you, Capricorn, that happiness does exist in your relationships. And this is coming from a time when relationships have been challenging, as you have really understood the importance of the relationship with yourself. If you are in an important relationship, business or romantic or significant in any way, you are renewing the core purpose of that relationship, and that is your happiness, your joy, your ability, the ability of partners to unleash, to delimit the experience of exercising your natural talents and working together consciously so that work can become like play, but it is certainly creative and certainly unlocks gifts that bring you joy and pleasure. So relationships, significant relationships, are becoming a destination in a very unexpected way for you. The Knight of Swords in the first house is clarified by the Four of Cups in the second house and the Three of Wands in the third house. As you have created this incredible emotional and cultural, even spiritual foundation for yourself, recognizing that the abundance, the safety and stability that you require is based on your ability to be in alignment, your need to be aligned with your own talents and desires. And as so, offers that you receive now may look differently from what you would have imagined they would be when you maybe initiated this wish or desire. You've grown so much and you are so stable in who you are that it is important that you recognize the forgiveness to yourself and to others in receiving what it is that others have to offer to you, that you can always receive gifts without feeling destabilized, but it is critical to understand the importance of receiving. And this may be an uber challenge for Capricorns that are conditioned and naturally capable of taking on massive amounts of responsibility and seeming to be undaunted by it. That limitless desire to caretake the world, to be in charge, to organize and have everything nailed down is part of what you're recognizing is a block to receiving what others have to give, accepting yourself and others for who you are, and feeling good about that. This is all in the interest of your moving into new directions. You're looking at the horizon. Where you are is just a preparation for where you want to go. And learning where you want to go is a part of this ability to learn and to teach, to give and receive. And as you understand that, your world is opening up in miraculous ways. The Two of Pentacles in the fourth house is clarified by the Four of Pentacles in the third in the fifth house and the Eight of Swords in the sixth house. Foundations in your creative relationships, your creative projects, opportunities, in your joyful relationships with friends, children, collaborators. There is a foundation from which wealth can be created, from which you can secure your material foundation and continue to provide safety for yourself. The safety that allows you the resources that you need to feel safe, to expand, to dream, to grow. The opportunities coming to you, and there are many, are causing you a sense, in part as a result of your conditioning, of feeling that you need to strategize and figure everything out, get everything going, work out every eventuality, and overanalyze, overthink the opportunities that you have before you, the truths that you are learning. You're learning so much, you're getting so much information that you may feel at times trapped, not knowing which way to go, who to consult, who to ask for help, how much of their help do you need, how safe are you accepting the help of someone who you may know a limited amount about. This is about your learning path, the ability to relax in what you know so far, this far. All cannot be known, but a certain amount of ambiguity. You are experienced enough. You have manifested enough stability in your life to take a reasonable risk in attempting new things. A certain amount of uncertainty is something we're all learning to live with, and that it need not keep us awake at night, which is apparently affecting your sleep considerably, and just that it is affecting your sleep is bothering you. And this is, I think, part of the growing pains of healing process. We learn so much, we gain so much comfort in areas where we may have been anxious before, that when we grow more and encounter these challenges, these things that indicate to us that we need to learn more, we need to let go, we need to relax in order to process what we're learning in order to move forward. It is concerning to us. We're feeling out of control. And this is something, Capricorn, that you are consciously learning to heal. This affects your health, this ongoing snowballing anxiety that can get you roiled up in your ideas, your plans, the new information, the books you're reading, whatever it is that is inspiring you. The sun in the 7th house is clarified by the Knight of Swords in the 8th house and the 7 of Wands in the 9th house. Yeah, there is this nervous, restless energy I see. The Knight of Swords is repeated here, and part of what you're attempting to find out, learn about, is how to best share resources, more profitably share resources with others. That is everything from family members to lovers to colleagues. How do you work best with others? You are one who is identified with being knowledgeable, even expert, and really allowing yourself ways to release that, to relax, again in the ambiguity, but also the knowledge that others have expertise you don't have. And opening up to that, being curious about that, asking questions, knowing that you're not necessarily going to understand the whole picture right away, but you learn as you go. And this is foundational to your experience right now. The 7 of Wands is indicating that you have laid out a strong space, your own turf, your expertise, your skill set. You've got that. You have a grounding, and you are not going to let anybody take that away from you. This is about setting out clear boundaries and even a sense of defensiveness that in the past, in the knowledge that you've given away yourself in the past, particularly for Capricorns, recognizing and reviewing experiences of giving away your expertise, your best ideas, and turning away, knowing you can do it again, is something that at this time really bothers you, and is something that you are learning to simply monitor and regulate by setting clear boundaries and enforcing those boundaries, not going back on the promises you've made to yourself. Standing up for yourself is key right now to your exploration, your expansion, and your growth. The Wheel of Fortune in the 10th house is clarified by the Devil in the 11th house and the 6 of Cups in the 12th house. As the Devil rears up, it shows us we're credited with this being our card, the Capricorn card, the Devil. It really is about recognizing that you are consciously making choices for what it is you want, not being informed about what the expectation is for you, but owning your efforts, owning your work and your goals as yours, belonging to you. And once you have that clarity that you're doing this out of a sense of your authentic needs and desires, that you are clear that the defensiveness is not necessary as you become practiced in setting up these boundaries that reflect your real desire and recognition of your own limitations. We can't do everything, Capricorn, and I'm afraid to say that not many of us know that or really believe that, and it's something we must learn because our focus, our success depends upon our focus, our conscious selection of the right choices for us, the right path for us at this time, the right projects, and the projects for the right reasons. And as you are recognizing this tremendous growth from your conditioning, the overturning of what was given to you as the expectations of society, your parents, your friends, your siblings, versus who you are and what you want on your own basis, is really radical and is very much a part of the release of this fortune from the universe. Your ability to ask for help, to not expect yourself to be in control of every detail, is deep for you. Finally, you are returned to a place of your youth, your formative years, to a place where your natural gifts and talents, your pleasures were primary, where you could experience those in a limitless state without judgment. And this is an experience you are returning to in your personal space, in your prayers, in your meditations, in your contemplation about the lessons that you're learning, in your mastering of the universe, in your captain of industry hat. You are returned back to the simpler, pleasurable experiences of your youth, former relationships that were natural, where a connection existed that was from an authentic place in your soul. And this is where you're finding the balance to accept and receive the gifts of your efforts at every level as a real personal revolution. I'm going to clarify or finish up, not clarify, this reading with an oracle card. I picked regret. I know that I cannot change the past. This is beautiful. I sincerely hope it has been as helpful to you as it is to me. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And until next time, Namaste.